Hey guys, it's your girl Aisha, aka GeekXX Chic, and we're back with another reaction to The Walking Dead. We're now on to episode 19, which is called One More. So last episode, we kind of had a kind of standalone episode, a bottled episode that was really about Daryl, and we finally have a little insight into what happened during all those years when he was off on his little searching for Rick, finding himself sabbatical when he was just living out in the woods like a wild man. But anyway, that was kind of nice just to know what happened there, and I do think it was nice to get that insight into Daryl. He's definitely one of our side, I don't want to call him a side character, but he's one of our supporting characters that's been around since day one that we've never really gotten a lot of depth into since probably around season 2, I think was the last time that we had a Daryl focused episode like this. So it was nice to see a little bit more about what went down and get some insight into how Daryl thinks and feels. There's still a lot of questions in the air about the bigger group and what's going on with them. And so I'm hoping that we're going to get some updates about them now. But I am completely aware that with Miss Rona and the changes in the way that, you know, things are filmed now, we may not get these big group episodes as much anymore because obviously for safety guidelines these days, a lot of these filming production studios are trying to keep people on set to a minimum. So it's kind of frustrating because obviously I like to see our group and see all the interactions, but I understand that they've got to keep everybody safe, and that is paramount. So without further ado, we're going to get into this episode. But before we do, you know the drill. If you have been here before and you like what you see, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button. That way you can be notified when I do more reactions to this show and a lot of others that I do. Maybe they would interest you, but join the fam. We're a lot of fun here, and then you get to see more of me all the time because that's what everyone wants, right? Okay, I tried. Let's get into that episode right about now. Look at the flowers. Jeez, that scared me. Why y'all messing up the flowers? You see how that grasshopper just got disrespected? Is this a door to a new world? Clearly you're not invited. Nature said no.
What happened here? We'll never know.
Oh, is that the work of the Reapers? Because those bodies look like they're freshly burned, but those flowers don't. Oh, no. When we said to be one with the pole, we didn't mean it like that. His face, what? Isn't it refreshing to see Gabe actually going out and actively like calling walkers compared to what we saw before? Groceries? They can't be good anymore. Ah, someone shot the groceries? That's the most savage thing I've seen on this show so far. Hands off! Walker's been getting attitude these days. You notice that? Oh no, this is gonna be gross. I can already hear it. No, 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 no. It's a no.
1, 2, 3.
Okay, you know, the last time we had a bunch of people on the roof of a store, it really didn't go well for us, so can you please tread carefully? Oh my gosh, this reminded me of Merle. Who are these people who died together or their bodies were placed together?
We've got to see this through.
No, we don't. We can go back, check the hunting grounds.
There's no food there. It's spent.
So is every other place on Maggie's goddamn map.
Where?
One more.
Father said what he said. Let's get some food. He's like, unlike you, Aaron, I have a partner that'll kick my ass if I come home with nothing. Jesus. The jump scares this episode. Oh, no. Don't laugh, Aaron. You're next. Good man. You laughed. That's what you get. Oh, not the map. What is it with this show and maps this season? Nobody's having luck with them. I'm not saying it's raining because, you know, my man Gabe is a holy man and he got dirty, but... Bibles? God is with you on this expedition.
Hello?
Don't open that, Aaron. Don't do
My
it.
name is Aaron.
No.
That was quite the scream.
These things are vicious.
They are.
Really? No.
Fangs and everything.
Are you through?
Drink.
I don't know if y'all getting drunk out here is a good idea, but I wouldn't blame you. Y'all even found cups. This place is fancy.
Tell me what smells you're getting. What does it remind you of?
Drunk in college.
I get that it's rare and all, but we've had a rough day.
Aaron needs to turn up. He's had it, y'all.
Hey, he heads straight for the liquor cabinet. I said, "What are you doing, Reverend?" And he says, "Shut up, Gabriel." He snatches off my collar.
Like many of us have said over the years.
And he's,
Helping people was right. We haven't done that for a long time.
Kind of been in survival mode for 2 seasons.
Over the whispers is who and what they were. That is not most people.
I'm sorry, have you heard of the Reapers? Coming soon.
evil people aren't the exception to the rule. They are the rule.
Wow, Father. Maybe we should take that collar off. Damn. Shh. Sorry, that was relatable as hell. Wow. To have to do this with a hangover, you gotta be kidding me. A hangover in one eye.
Does this say no harm to you?
What did you do to Aaron, you son of a bitch?
And a reminder of the goodness still within us. Things like love, mercy.
He's gonna bring up what you said last night.
Remember, evil people aren't the exception to the rule.
Called it.
They are no rule.
I was drunk.
Drunk tongue's an honest one.
I was about to say.
Doesn't let
Oh, y'all gonna make them play Russian roulette, are you? Not the kind of gambling we do.
enlightenment. Go ahead.
Y'all, Rick Grimes did not almost die for this. More of a man than you, Scarface.
Now you.
He's like, I'm sorry, but I'm actually left-handed. It's a good thing his pants are already brown from the mud.
You want to hear about family?
No.
When I was with my brother and his family and we were on the road,
Your brother didn't give you any enlightenment, just a ripped up face, and you're so full of hate that you can't see that you're about to murder two good people, and for what? To prove what?
Okay, Gabe.
what about Gracie?
You bastard.
I know who I am!
I do too, because I know people.
Why are you screaming?
We both do.
Aaron's like, whatever, just get the gun out of my face, man.
World. Our community is real. It's full of people who were lost
That's
and
not-
on their way back. You can too.
No, let's just pull that invitation, sir.
My name is Maze.
Oh, don't care. Thank you.
Couldn't take him with us.
Right?
Killed his brother's family.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, God. Is his dead family up here? Is he the one that's been killing all the people nearby? His brother's still alive.
It's his brother.
His twin!
My family. Playing.
We're not going to hurt you.
You probably should. He's probably crazier than his brother. I don't know about this.
Hey, drop it.
Just put the gun down.
He's gonna kill himself. Yeah, he's had to look at that till they rotted. Nah, he's done. That's what I thought. Yeah. Wow, the way you just gotta move on from something that twisted. Just grab the can of corn and let's go. Yeah, let's just keep going. Probably need to get that whole murder-suicide thing out of our heads before we head back to the kids. Yeah. What happened inside the shed can stay there. Wow. Interesting episode. Yeah, I would say as far as, the overall storyline for this season, we didn't really have too much in this episode, but we did kind of have more of a character-based one. To me, it was very much a story about morality and also how much our characters have changed in this world, right? Like, this is what we're seeing kind of with both Aaron, I think, and Father Gabe in this episode was very reminiscent of what we saw of Rick kind of when he first entered Alexandria. Like, if you look at Rick from season 1 and season 2, he had so much, what's the word? Like, he had such a strong moral compass about things that he just would inevitably think were wrong and what was right and what was good and what was bad. But then we saw that by the time he was entering Alexandria, he trusted no one. He had a very cynical viewpoint. He was ready to kill any and everything that pissed him off or got in the way. It's kind of interesting because it's just sadly a byproduct of living this long into the apocalypse is that everybody has done something at this point to survive, and some would consider it to be completely morally wrong, while others might say it's what you have to do to survive. Others just couldn't handle it, and this I feel like was just the Father Gabe and Aaron rendition of it. I think the parts that really that were interesting to me were when they were having that conversation after they ate. He basically said he doesn't think the world's ever going to be the same again, and Aaron was like, well, no, like, it's gotta be, and he was like, no, like, evil people are the rule. Obviously, I don't think he fully meant that, but I think what he meant was that the capacity for doing some really horrible things is in all of us, and unfortunately, a good chunk of people who are left at this point in the apocalypse are not necessarily the moral high ground people, let's put it that way. A lot of the folks that were refusing to change and bend and get flexible, I guess you could say, with their morality probably aren't in this world anymore. Like, they would have probably died on those hills because they refused to kill or do things that they would consider to be completely wrong, right? Because we've seen it now. Like, there is not a single person, with the exception of like Glenn that was in this show, that doesn't have blood on their hands in some way or another. But almost everybody else at some point had to take a life. And it wasn't always a situation of revenge or anger. A lot of times it was self-defense or a him or you or me situation. And then when we got back to that situation where we had Aaron and Father Gabe and that face-off that was forced by the man, was his name Mace? I couldn't figure out if he said his name was Corn or actual Mace. But anyway, when he put them in the standoff and they refused to kill each other, it was one of those things where you wonder what decision that these guys would have made if this had been posed to them like a year ago or 2 years ago, right? Because let's be real, Father Gabe of the first season that we saw, Father Gabe would have definitely killed Aaron, like without question. But now we see that he's grown so much to understand that, I guess you could say that the moral of the story is that it's no longer about like your right and wrong and whether killing or not killing is good or bad. It's more about when you have people and you care about them and you have to protect them, that's kind of like the moral barometer that everybody uses now. And that's kind of where Aaron and Father Gabe are at, right? Like, I think if it had been between them and somebody they didn't know, like, I think if either Aaron or Father Gabe was sitting across from somebody that they barely knew or someone that was brand new to the group, we don't know that they still would have made that decision, right? They might have still gone ahead and done it. Maybe not Aaron, because Aaron's never been a fan of killing. But Father Gabe, I don't know. Like, I think if that had been somebody else that he barely knew, like someone who just joined their group, one of Maggie's people, he might have chosen to kill them over himself. We don't know, right? And I thought it was very interesting that when Mace posed the question to Aaron about, well, don't you want to see your daughter again? You know, Gracie, what about her? And he tried to use that as the moral manipulation. And he said, yes, of course he wants to see his daughter. Of course he didn't want to die there and then. But Aaron kind of brought up when he was talking about the situation of Father Gabe not believing in people anymore, etc., that, you know, the Aaron that we know would never be able to kill Father Gabe like that and then go back and face his daughter. Like, that just would never be the person that he is. Just thought there was just a lot of morality, a lot of moral questions, and a lot of, you know, what's good, what's bad, what are you willing to do, what makes you evil, what makes you good, that was kind of toyed with in this episode. And it was good to see, like, the growth, as I said, from both of these characters in the sense of standing in what they believe in and not necessarily having that fear. Again, you know, the fact that they even played Russian roulette, like I said, Father Gabe of when he first met him would never have played Russian roulette in the first place. Aaron probably wouldn't have done it in the first place. But the fact that they were both literally willing to die for each other was really, really, like, touching, quite frankly. And it shows how much they bonded as a group, especially through everything they've been through. And honestly, after what they went through with Alpha, they're probably just like, this is the way we gotta go. Like, we're so not even scared of dying anymore. And I know some people are going to probably have varying opinions because they put one last moral question mark in there with him, with Father Gabe killing Maze at the end. You know, I know some folks are probably going to think he should have let him live, or they should have tried to convince him to come with them. But there's also people who are going to be in my camp, I think, or similar to my camp, which believe that it was kind of too late for him. Like, maybe he did want to change. Maybe he was on the cusp of being a better person. But in the end, that man was very broken. And we're kind of in the situation now where we're like Carol with Lizzie and Look at the Flowers. Like, we just don't have time for mental help in this in this apocalypse. You know what I'm saying? It's sad to say. If we were in a world where we had the people and the time and the resources to put someone through therapy, maybe. But Gabe's like, look, we are starving to death back in Alexandria. We're still recovering from a massive attack. We're still dealing with all this stuff. We cannot bring a crazy person back to Alexandria. And clearly, as we saw when they went upstairs and found his little hidden loft, he's been sitting there torturing his brother slowly. I mean, how long does it take for a body to decompose? Like, at least, what, a year, 2 maybe? He literally had his brother up there staring at his dead family for all that time, torturing him, not letting him die, but also just letting these people who are his family, his own niece, literally rot to death in front of him. Like, nah, homie was nuts. Homie was gone. Like, there was likely no coming back from that. Yeah, it was a really twisted little family saga there. That was pretty dark and twisted, but hey, welcome to The Walking Dead. But again, I think it just fit with this whole overall storyline around morality and seeing how much they've changed and how much they've had to adapt to this new world. It's a bit sad in some respects, but it's also a good thing because it's something that has to happen for them to continue to survive in what this crazy, brutal, violent world is that they now live in. So I hope you guys enjoyed watching along with me. If you did, please go ahead and hit that like button. And if you want to see more from this geeky face, please click subscribe. Until next time, see ya!